It's Rach from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance. I'm here to do a reading for Taurus. Now this will be for the 13th to the 19th of December 2021. If you've seen my readings before, welcome back. Thanks for the support. If you haven't, welcome to my channel. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget, it's a general reading. It is not going to suit every single person out there, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Also, time can be fluid, energy can be vice versa, so keep that in mind. Okay, Taurus, what have you got going on? 13th to the 19th. Ooh, someone new coming in. Prince Charming. Someone that's going to sweep you off your feet. Make your heart flutter. Something that you're not, I feel like you're not sure if you want to walk away from. I'm not sure why. So it came out on the side. Because you've got fear. That's why. And you're worried about the same crap happening that happened before. You're worried about the past kind of happening again. You're worried about being hurt. You're worried about, you know, all the normal things that I guess we go through. Okay. So yeah, I feel like, you know, you're worried. You need to release that fear and stop repressing everything, because I feel like you need to express how you feel, and communication's definitely, I want to say, normally you do communicate this stuff, whether it's of a healthy way, I don't know, but, or maybe you're not saying anything about it. But I just feel like you don't want to carry the burden. You don't want to feel like you're doing everything in a relationship again. You don't want to feel like, you know, I just feel like you don't want to feel like you're the one putting in all this effort and no one else is. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's how it felt last time. Now, on the table, I mean, on the bottom of the deck, sorry. I feel like you were with somebody who was a narcissist. I feel like they could have been ruthless, but I also feel like you had high expectations for what you wanted. And I also don't feel like they really fulfilled that, to be honest. They weren't, I don't feel like they had the same values and morals as you did. I feel like this person is now married, engaged, pregnant, something. Yeah, I feel like there's something going on there. But at the same time, you kept resisting the change, even though there's a third party. There was definitely a third party involved. And I feel like you kept resisting moving on from this. You know, they were giving to other people, but also I feel like it's all about karma, and the good you do will come back to you. So be careful of your actions, but also I feel like keep having faith. I mean, that's all I keep hearing is keep having faith, because everything is going to be fine. Focus on your self-worth. I think after this person hurt you, I think your self-worth was definitely, you need to focus on that. You need to, I feel like you need to make a choice though. You know, you had to make a choice. Do you want to keep holding on to something that's never going to happen, or do you want to move forward? You know, and You need to stop overanalyzing. You need to stop procrastinating. You need to do it and move on. And I mean, you definitely stalled, resisted, you know, like you did not want to let this thing go. But I mean, the issue is though, this person was doing something they shouldn't have been. They were doing something wrong. Like here they are stealing your swords, for instance. They're doing something they know is wrong, but they're doing it anyway. Yeah. Like, I just feel like this person was manipulating. I feel like they could have been cruel. They were doing something that wasn't okay. But at the same time, I don't feel like they communicated clearly how they were feeling. I feel like, because communicate, you've got King of Swords and you've got the Ace of Swords, both in reverse. I just feel like it wasn't communicated clearly, and probably you're not even in communication with this person anymore. But I feel like that was like a past person. But you got the Sun card. So this is telling me that everything is going to be fine for you. You are going to get what you want. Just, as I said, keep having faith. Keep knowing that everything's going to be fine. Now, you've got the Knight of Cups, as I said. So we'll clarify the cards as we go. But you've definitely got some sort of person coming in that pretty much is going to sweep you off your feet. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups. I don't know if you're actually going to go there. Now, it's a bit of a confusing reading so far because I don't know if this is the same person. Which, if it is, I mean, they came in and it wasn't something you expected. At the same time, I feel like the deception and envy card kind of came out on a side like that. So whether you didn't see the deception, I feel like this person had two choices. But I feel like it was never going to fulfill your wishes. You didn't trust your intuition. You had... I feel like you've got some self-healing to do since this person though. And, you know, you had a decision to make whether you wanted to move forward or not. And I feel like I just feel like you were holding on to this. Whether you're holding on to the pain, you know, you kept having hope that there was going to be a new beginning, but there's not. There is no new beginning. Like, you've got no new beginnings. You've got the Tower card. Like, something happened that was huge. You thought this person was going to be Prince Charming. I feel like this is a past person that keeps coming up in your readings. I just feel like they had a choice whether they wanted to... this feels exhausting for me. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this person comes in like Prince Charming. But at the same time, they had a choice. They had a choice. Here's the choices, two choices. They had the choice to be deceptive or not to be, right? That was their choice. At the same time, I feel like they've got some sort of addiction or something. Like there was definite choices. Like, did they want to make a positive movement forward with you or not? And did you want to? Because, you know, you need to do some self-healing. But something big happened. And, you know, this all crumbled. And I feel like it had to do with a third party. And at the time, you had to make a decision. It was like, okay, there's some other person. What do I do? Make a big decision. And as I said, this is after it came crumbling down. But there was no big new beginning. I feel like you had hope. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. I feel like this whole situation was draining, and you had to be really careful, or have to be really careful this doesn't affect your health. I feel like for a lot of you though, this is in the past, and I'm not sure why this reading keeps coming up. Maybe you still have hope, I don't know, but there's a hope that there was going to be a new beginning, but there's not. You really need to detach from this person. And as I said, I just feel like release any kind of limiting beliefs that you need this person and that you can't get anyone. Heal your heart chakra. Maybe you need to do a guided meditation. There needs to be something. You need to let this go. Like I feel, as I said, I feel like this person's already married, engaged, had a kid, having a kid, whatever. They've moved on, right? You have to let go. Even if it's energetically, I feel like you're holding on to this person from the past. And I don't know why. Tell me why. What went on? Like you were determined. So, as I said, somebody was manipulating. They were controlling. They were cruel. I feel like with the King of Swords in reverse, I just feel like there was either no communication, they didn't express how they felt, and they just chose to either be deceitful or not. And I'm guessing they chose to be yes. Because they feel like they were overwhelmed by their choices. But at the same time, I feel like you were determined to keep holding on to this. But there was definitely some sort of complete and painful ending because there was a third party involved. There was other people involved in this relationship. And as I said, you couldn't decide if you wanted to walk away or not. Just like they couldn't choose, or maybe they couldn't decide if they wanted to walk away or not. And maybe that's why they didn't know if they wanted to be deceitful or not. Because, you know, I feel like if it was you, you wanted it to work out. You wanted this to be successful. Because once again, you thought they were like Prince Charming. But, you know, you hoped it was going to be that, but then the truth came out and you chose to walk away. Somebody really, I feel like someone had already emotionally withdrew. And I feel like it was your person. Your person had already emotionally withdrew. I don't feel like they had a plan. I feel like this was I just don't feel like this was planned, that they were going to move on. But they were deceitful. And then they chose to move on. But I feel like this person really had emotionally withdrew from you already. Because they were bored. They were dissatisfied. You know, I feel like they didn't know if they wanted to move on. So at the same time, they were kind of averting a disaster happening. But at the same time, they felt bored. They just weren't happy in this relationship at all. They wanted to travel. They wanted to have a change. And they had hope that that was going to happen. You do need to release fear, and I feel like you definitely repressed a lot. I feel like they probably repressed a lot about how they felt. As I said, I don't feel like they were happy, but they didn't tell you. Because, I mean, nobody wants to be alone. That's why. They didn't want to be alone. They didn't. And I feel like also you didn't want to move on because you didn't want to be alone. Even though you could have been discontent and bored, or they were discontent and bored. It's the same card. Like, both of you were discontent and bored. You just weren't happy in this relationship. And I feel like at the same time, you wanted it to work. But yeah, I just feel like you wanted it to work, but you really need to focus on your self-confidence. And I feel like even your self-worth and, you know, work on your finances. I think you just chose to work on your finances. You know, you realize this person is like the devil. They have addictions, and it was a toxic relationship even, possibly. You know, they chose to be deceptive in the end. I don't think they went out to be, but they definitely did. Five of Swords, like it was toxic or hostile, like I just said. But look at it like it was a missed opportunity or a lost opportunity. There was definitely some sort of third party involved. But, I mean, it was also, you know, this person or you were worried about, I think you were obsessed with what they did. You couldn't move past what they did. You also, I feel like, were worried about what other people are going to think. Like, yeah, I just feel like it was all, you were so worried about what other people are going to think. And I don't know whether you communicated to other people. There was definitely communication. But that's because you felt like there was unfinished business. You could have communicated this to the person. You could have communicated to other people that, you know, you felt like it was what they did, or what, you know, maybe you said to them you didn't want it to end. I don't know. There was communication and resistance to change. But I feel like there was a third party definitely involved. Now, 10 of Wands in reverse. I mean, as I said, it just makes you feel like you're burnt out. You needed to release this situation. You know, you felt like you were putting in all the hard work and they weren't. It wasn't an equal give and take. Yeah, had to let it go. You need to let it go. Yeah, you need to let it go. At the same time, I feel like you've been in a place where you just can't get past it. You thought you were going to get on with this person. You feel like you didn't get closure. You had hope that there was going to be a new beginning, but once again, there's not. But you're not progressing. Like, you're not moving forward, because you're still, even if it's just energetically, holding on to this. You've got this hope. Look. Because you feel like there's no closure. and you thought you were going to get on with this person. So, you know, as I said, you're not progressing. You're not moving forward. You need to do this work on you, and you really need to let it go. Definitely resisting the change. So you need to do that, because there is not going to be a new beginning. But you need to also stop playing the victim. Like, get out of this victim mentality and realize this was for your benefit. Like this, you know, imagine if you'd got married to this person. Imagine if you found out, you know, 20 years later that the last 20 years this person's been doing whatever, being deceitful. Is that worse than, you know, however long this lasted? As I said, I feel like you were left in the cold. Five of Pentacles, same card. Except this is a better image. Look, you feel like you were left out in the cold. You feel like the victim, like I said. And, you know, this person was dishonest. They didn't take accountability for their actions. And so, you know, obviously that's affected you. But they felt like they were stuck. I'm sorry to say. And, you know, in the end, there was two choices. So, but there is no chance of a reconciliation. And I feel like now it's kind of like your choice. Like, this came out like this, right? Both of them came out like that. So I feel like it's your choice. If you choose to move on, find a new love, be this happily ever after with them, this is your choice. How much longer are you going to hold on to this same situation? As I said, I've been reading these exact cards for, I reckon it's been years. Like, seriously, let this go. At some point, you have to let it go. Even energetically, cut the cords, do what you have to, do that work to let it go. Let it go. Like, it's frustrating for me. It's draining as anything. Like, this must be so frustrating for you that you're still feeling upset and angry and pissed off and like a victim because of what this person did. If you're still feeling that way, you haven't let it go. There just wasn't enough attraction or chemistry to keep this going. And I feel like there was a lack of passion. You tried to control it though. You tried to control this situation with this person. You've got to know it's safe for you to love, but I just feel like you've got to let it go. Seriously. Like, there's nothing else I can really say besides that. How long are you going to hold this onto this for? That's my question. Yeah. You need to get off this bloody, like, roller coaster, this roundabout. You know, see the situation for what it is. You know, stop looking at it like it's all shiny and pretty and, you know, everything's great. It's not. You were going round and round and round in a circle with this person. Like, and it may not even be involving this person. As I said, they've moved on. You're going round and round and round in your own head about this. I just feel like you've got to make progress. You've got to build your own future now. You can manifest this. You can stop trying to control it because there's nothing to control. And, I mean, in future, you need to be more flexible. You need to just go with the flow and see what happens. But at the same time, trust that, you know, I feel like You've got to have trust in somebody. Yeah, just let it go. That's all I got to say. All right, I'm gonna end this now. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you with the next read. Thanks for watching. Bye.